up as the third of four boys 30 plus years ago. We grew up on the mean streets of Hammond, Indiana, Torrance Avenue to be exact. Who knows where Hammond is? Horseshoe Casino? Yes, that's it. So my brothers and I grew up on Torrance Avenue. And Torrance Avenue was that street, that iconic street in that little city called Hammond where all the tough kids lived. The likes of Tyrone Hawkins, the Solis brothers, the Hurley sisters, and the Amesqua clan. And it's on those streets that I learned so much about life by my brother constantly reminding me not to be a punk in life, to be a good person, to do the right thing, to be thoughtful, to care for others. And it's on those streets that I started learning that I didn't want to grow up to be a punk. And growing up to be a punk wasn't necessarily about doing things onto others, but it was about how I was disrespecting myself and how I was disrespecting my name and how I was disrespecting the family that I came from. This room has been full of people who want to connect money with great ideas. And it's so easy to lose our connection with our purpose, which actually drives the vision we have for our life. And it was in that transition that I finished second in my class as salutatorian. I went off to college and I applied more value to my social audience in playing college football than I did to my academics. And after a really painful year, my sophomore year, I realized that I'd become exactly what my brother always said to not become, a loser. I was lying to myself. I was creating excuses. I was telling everybody else why it was the school, why even though I got to DePauw and I got an academic full ride, it was the school that was doing something to me. And that's why I wasn't excelling. And I got it. And so I often think, like when I'm feeling sorry for myself and I don't get the things I want, if I'm really honest with myself, why am I not getting what I want? It's because I'm not asking. And sometimes I find, and I don't know about you, but sometimes I find that my lack of asking is lack of confidence in my preparation for the moment. Burn the boat you float in on. Never, ever give yourself an opportunity to create an excuse for why you couldn't seize this moment and create what a long time ago your parents allowed you to dream about, sitting on that little crappy porch at 4340 Torrance in Hammond, Indiana. Burn the boat and you will succeed. You will create the greatest quality of life that you're humanly capable of if you just do that. And so I did.
As the story of our lives played out year after year through the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, I now realize looking back that that little white porch was a consistent training ground for the Amesqua brothers to learn to do one thing, to dream big as we wanted to. That tiny porch at 4340 Torrance gave us the first real taste of life's real struggles, working towards what many of all of us consider the American dream. First, through the lens of my father's life as a young go-getter himself in Mexico, the stories of failed business dealings, like many of us may be able to share today, including myself, and the broken partnership of a very strong friendship. You see, when someone gives you the gift of drive, they've given you the secret recipe to consistent, high performance and execution. And hopefully, if you can find what you love to do with your life, success will follow. Drive is much like one of my all-time favorite goodies, the Big Mac. And Drive's recipe reminds me very much of Big Mac's secret sauce. You know what I'm referring to? It's that magical, tasty thing you just want to spread on everything, and it just makes everything taste so yummy and awesome. Always remember throughout life that ideas are great, they are welcome, and ideas do get rewarded. But grind and execution is the only thing that gets worshiped. But just remember that it's choice and not chance that's going to define all of our realities. The gift of drive played a big part in getting you to graduation, and I'm certain that many of you will continue to use it as you go throughout life's journey. It doesn't have to be graceful. You just have to be committed to it and continue forward.